Let me just look these cards over here, because the first thing I noticed is we have a lot of wands. You know, we have 4 wands cards, two, 3 cups cards. Never mind. So we do have about an equal balance with water here. Let's see what we got. I think for some of you, there is a decision about healing a relationship. And in this relationship, there may have been some deception, or there may have been some cheating, because I have the 3 of Cups under the 2 of Cups. So I'm thinking that at some point in this relationship, one of you left because there was a deception. Maybe there was a cheating going on. We have the 6 of Swords here, which talks about leaving a bad situation and trying to get into a calmer, more serene situation, okay? So I feel like you may have left this situation, or your partner may have left the situation if you were the one including a third party in your relationship. However, in this month, I feel like this person who you are no longer with, and this can be a fire sign because we have the King of Wands, so that could be a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising sign. Doesn't have to be, though. It can just be that this person who you were involved with is very passionate about you this month, or they have been feeling very passionate about you. And I think there's been a lack of conversation here with this individual. I don't see you two communicating. In fact, I see them trying to not communicate with you. But in the month of July, I think that they are going to be expressing an interest to either restore the relationship or to just restore your friendship at least, okay? But I think here that maybe at one point either you were married to this person, or if you weren't married, I think this person is realizing that you were the one who got away. Because we do have the 4 of Wands here. So I'm feeling like this person is thinking that you were the one who got away. You were the one that that this person should have settled down with, okay? Let's see. For those of you who are not involved in this situation or don't have an ex that fits that description, this can be a work situation. This could be a family dynamic. This could be even a father figure that you're dealing with, where I want to say there's a renewal of a friendship or of a relationship. There's a healing element here with the Temperance card and the Star card. There's a chance for you to renew, restore, rebuild. That's what I want to say. But it's going to be up to you whether or not you want to accept or tolerate this person back in your life. Let me take the Gypsy Oracle cards here and we'll clarify it. This could be a friendship too, guys. It can be any kind of relationship. But I'm feeling strongly that it's a romantic relationship just because we have the 2 of Cups here. But this could be a friendship where you two were just completely in sync and you went out all the time. Maybe you had a good time with this person. You had a kindred spirit with this person. But for some reason, one of you decided to leave the relationship or the friendship, or you stopped talking for whatever reason. Again, this is a month to restore the relationship. I want to look at the 8 of Wands in the very center. It's just sticking out to me like a sore thumb. Someone's coming to you and saying, look, you were such a gift to me. You were such a gift to me. This person may have left, like I said, they're returning, or you're doing the returning. And the Servant card is saying, this is someone who wants to come and apologize. This is someone who wants to come and mend and heal. This is someone who wants to work out whatever differences, because they're realizing that you were a gift, or you're realizing they were a gift. Okay, this is quick, swift, positive communication. Traditionally, the Eight of Wands meant new love coming unexpectedly, right? And it still does mean that. But it can also mean just messages coming in rather quickly, unexpectedly, and they're actually positive messages. Let's look at the Two of Wands over here. Okay. One thing I want to say about this King of Wands, I don't know if, I want to say be cautious, and I feel like you already are with this individual, because I kind of feel like this person is worried about finances or worried about their own security. So it's kind of like they want to return or they want to rebuild something, maybe because they know that you're a stable, secure, financially secure person. And I feel like this person wants to return, or may want to have a conversation with you, and make that decision, and hope that you make that decision to return to them, because they're lacking security in their own life. I want to look at the Four of Wands, and then we're going to move on to the love reading, guys. Even though this is kind of like a love reading, I can't control the cards. Sorry, guys. Okay, so you know that there's a choice. The Four of Wands is about happiness, friendship. This is about happy home. This can symbolize even a marriage. So I feel like, again, if you're not married or you haven't been married to this person and this situation applies, they may be saying, look, you were the one who got away. You were the one that I should have proposed to, or you were the one that, I needed in my life. We have the priest, we have the wife, and we have prisoner. I think you know that if you actually committed yourself to this relationship, that you would be miserable. I think you know that you're better off single. Okay? I also want to say, if you consider taking this person up on their proposal, right? Because we have the priest and the wife on the Four of Wands, so this is a wedding. This is big time wedding. But if you see the prisoner here, this may not be the best or wisest decision for you, because you're going to feel trapped in this relationship just like you did in the past. So that's what I have for the general reading, guys. Let me go ahead and move into the love reading. If this is family related, this may be just someone that you are having a hard bout with, where they're very controlling and they like to tell you what to do, or maybe they're just very controlling of people in general in the family. So it may be a cycle there where it's like we connect, we make up, and then we get angry with each other again. This is definitely a makeup time with this person in the month of July. And I feel like the month of July may be a good time to actually get out those feelings, so that this isn't a recurring cycle. If it is a recurring cycle for you, just be honest with this person and say how you really, feel, how they make you feel. That may be a major turning point in your relationship. Let's see what's going on with singles and coupled Virgos. Ooh, guys. Right off the bat, we have the Seven of Swords that fell out. Let's see what else comes out here. Oh, that was me. Okay. We have Strength, Magician, Nine of Swords, the Chariot, Knight of Cups, King of Swords, the Tower, Page of Wands, Ten of Cups, and at the bottom of the deck, overall energy is a Hierophant. My goodness. Let me look here. For those of you who are coupled, I'm going to start with you, coupled Virgos. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 major arcana cards here. And they're pretty significant ones. One thing I want to point out is if we look up here in the corner, we have a lot of yellow. And the yellow symbolizes hope, optimism, happiness, joy, creativity, fun, right? And then in this corner, if you look over here, we got a lot of blue. Blue is emotion. It's the water. It's sometimes I see it as it can be serenity. It can be like a peaceful situation. We've got to look at the water and what it's doing in the cards. And from what I can see here, the water looks pretty tame. So I want to say in the month of July, there's a lot happening because with the major arcanas, there's always a lot happening. Some things that may feel like they're out of our control, okay? But things are all going to work out. So when you see the Tower here, I feel like Virgo is feeling like there's something big that happens that's unexpected, but at the same time, you're protected. Everything's going to go fine. Everything's going to go well. You see the ending card is the Ten of Cups, okay? Interesting though, on each corner we have 2 black cards, if you notice that. The Nine of Swords and the Tower. I want to say be careful with what you manifest this month, guys. I want to say be careful with how much you're worrying and overanalyzing a situation because you don't want to bring about something negative in your life because you've been worried, too much about it. Now for couples, the Hierophant. Either you're married, you're talking about marriage, or this is a committed relationship in the sense that it's almost like you're married, right? You're missing the papers, but you're there, you're together. There's something here about doing things the conventional way. There's been I want to say in the beginning of the month, there may be something that you're challenged with, or there may be a relationship dynamic that you and your spouse are deciding together you're going to move forward from, because we have the Chariot here with the Tower and the Strength card. So I feel like you and your partner may have made a decision to move on from a bad situation, okay? However, you're still analyzing it, you're still thinking about it, it's still weighing heavy on you. And I feel like with the Knight of Cups and the King of Swords here, it's kind of like you need to bring more love, more emotion into your rationale or into your logic, because the King of Swords is someone who, he's not an emotional person. He doesn't put himself out there like that. He's very analytical and he's very to the point. It's all about facts. He wants the black and white, and I feel like that's how you're analyzing the situation. But the Knight of Cups is saying, maybe you need to just add more emotion to how you're analyzing this situation and how you plan to move forward. You got to use your heart a little bit more, don't be so in your head. Another message here is that you may be in a relationship with an air sign, so a Libra, Aquarius, a Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising, male or female. I feel like this person may be wanting to reconcile their relationship with you. Maybe you've had a strong, difficult bout in the last month and a half, and it's been weighing heavy on both of you, actually, emotionally and mentally. This is the month where you get to be the magician, and your partner is wanting and willing to work on the relationship. As a magician, you get to decide whether or not you want to proceed or whether or not you want to move in another direction. And I see here, it looks to me like you may want to work on this relationship, and I see you actually doing so, but when you do so, you may have to do so in a conventional way. That may mean therapy, relationship therapy, counseling, may mean going to an actual priest or a pastor or a deacon and asking for marriage advice or marriage counseling. Can be something in that respect. Now, for those of you who are single, guys, there's a fire sign and an air sign around you. So a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, okay? Sun, moon, or rising can be either man or a woman. But you have two people around you, and I kind of feel like, this is the impression I'm getting. I feel like this air sign is somebody who may be new and maybe coming in, and I kind of feel like there's someone else on the back burner, or there's someone else around, maybe this fire sign. And at first, you may be trying to, not let this person know, this fire sign, or whoever this is, you're trying to not let them know that you have an interest or that there's somebody else, there's a second person in the midst. I feel like it's kind of like, you don't want this other person to know, but I think with the Hierophant here, it's saying you need to be conventional, you need to be honest, you need to, do things the right way, handle it the right way. But I feel like as soon as you meet somebody new, this other person tries to come back, and it's a shock. Here, when you're just starting to move on, you've went through all this struggle, all this pain of letting go of this past person, and now you meet somebody new, and then all of a sudden this person wants to come back. Let me draw just a couple Gypsy Oracle cards here. Let's look at the Knight of Cups. Yeah. Look. Here you are. Maybe you've let this lover go in the past. Here they are, returning. They want to catch you while you're single. Or, for those of you who are in a relationship, this is talking about there's consideration of leaving a relationship. However, your lover, your partner, is showing you that they want to work on this. And you have to have faith in your partner and in your relationship. You need to have faith that you can work this out. And that's what, look, we have two priests here. We have the Hierophant, and then we have this priest on the Knight of Cups. Have faith in your relationship. Have faith in love. Have faith in the universe. Have faith in God that everything is going according to plan, okay? And have faith that if your partner wants to work it out, if you really love your partner and trust your partner, give them that opportunity. Let me look at the Tower card here. Okay. I feel like there's a change because we have consistency, which talks about things remaining the same, but we have it on the Tower, which is all about change. It's all about destruction. It's all about things crumbling down to the ground so we can rebuild, right? So there's a change here with a person. I feel like if you have an ex-partner, I feel like this person may be coming back again and shaking things up for you and saying, look, I want something more with you. You were the, like I said, you were the one who got away with the wedding card and the Hierophant card. This is like marriage, okay? Plus we have the Ten of Cups here. Don't forget about the Ten of Cups. This person's realizing you were their all, but you see them as a foe. I also want to say for those of you who are married, the Tower card here talks about maybe at one point in July, I want to say the first 15 days of July, you and your partner may be considering ending the relationship, ending the marriage. But really try to work it out, try to talk it out. Don't let your anger or your passions get the better of you. This is the Page of Wands, so this is kind of like an immature, fiery energy. You want to handle things fairly, and you want to be mature about it. I feel like, again, if you're partnered, this is an opportunity for you to really mend your relationship. And if there's been cycles of things going on in the relationship, July is the month where you get to actually work those issues out. For those of you, again, who are single, watch out for somebody trying to come back into your life. I don't know if you can really, it seems genuine, it seems like there's genuineness, but we also have the Seven of Swords, so I don't really trust it. Let me look at the Seven of Swords really quick. Thought and consideration about healing a relationship, but this guy's an enemy. So if this person from the past comes back, I'm telling you, I just don't know. I have something sneaky about this person. I just don't trust them. I think that they're going to come back and say, look, they've been considering coming back and trying to mend their relationship with you. But I just don't trust their intentions are 100% pure. I would say, you don't want to be in a bad, you don't want to necessarily not get along with this individual, but you don't want to date them again, or you don't want them back in your life.